Hello. I know I haven't really been online lately. I have been busy with my little elf life here in the forest. Anyway, I hope to post more often this summer. So I'm really excited for that and I hope you can stick along. Anyway, over my little break off, I have come up with a kind of fan little name for all my followers and chatters. I came up with the idea of Fae. My little Faes. I love the idea. I know I'm elf and elf and Faes are a little different, but today I'm going to go into a little bit of elf lore and elf and Fae lore and why I'm calling you guys Faes. Okay. First, we'll start off with some elf lore. Elves, like me, typically only need 4 hours of sleep. During this time, we enter a mental state called Rari, where we mentally catalog our own memories or relive past experiences. Young elves typically do not dream about the future. Instead, their childhood trances consist of vivid memories from their past incarnations. As they mature, these past life memories fade, replaced by memories of their current life. Elves almost completely lack facial hair. Only exceptionally old elves, or those who have gone through extreme grief, reaching what is known as their third cycle of life, can grow beards, such as Sidrin, the shipwright. You better be taking notes if you want to know true story about me. Anyway, elves were not always elegant forest dwellers. Dark elves, or Dolgalafar, live underground and are closely intertwined with dwarfs, often described as being born from the flesh and blood of the primordial giant Ymir. Elves are biologically immortal, but tied strictly to the fate of the earth. If an elf stays in the middle of Earth too long without magical protection, their physical bodies can literally fade away into spirits, which is crazy, leaving them invisible to human eyes. Some ancient elves, like myself, blessed by the chaotic deity Corallan Larathian, possesses the ability to completely alter our biological sex or gender, if whatever you want to call it. After finishing a long rest, this rare trait is known as the blessing of Corallan. So yes, I can make myself a male. Here it is. We're back now. Because elves live for thousands of years, memory management is a survival skill. An elf who holds onto too much grief or bitterness can become physically sick or choose to willingly pass away from a broken heart. Elves keep our true name or true adult name a closely guarded secret. If an elf shares their chosen adult name with you, it is a sign of ultimate, unbreakable trust to everyone else. They use a public, casual pseudonym, or whatever you say it. I'm really bad at speaking English, even though I'm fluent. Now time for the relation of elves and faes. Yes, elves and faes are deeply connected, essentially functioning as cousins in folklore and modern fantasy. The most accurate way to understand our relationship is the golden rule of fantasy. All elves are technically a type of fae, but not all fae are elves. Let's get deeper into that. Originally, elf and fae came from two completely different cultures, but they merged over time. In ancient Norse mythology, elves, or alfar, were powerful human-sized nature spirits, often treated as minor gods tied to magic and beauty. The word fae or fairy comes from the Latin fata, meaning fate, and grew out of French and Celtic lore. It was used as a massive umbrella term for all magical, hidden nature spirits like pixies, leprechauns, and dryads. When French-speaking Normans conquered Anglo-Saxon England in 1066, the French word fairy and the Old English word elf began to blend. By the Renaissance, people used elf and fairy interchangeably to describe any magical being from the woods. Both fays and elves belong to a parallel magic realm, where it is called the Feywild, Alfheim, or the Fairy realm. I'm from the Feywild. Time moves differently in our lands. A human spending one night dancing with elves or fae might return to the mortal world to find 100 years have passed. Both are depicted with ethereal, ageless beauty, pointed ears, and a sharp otherworldly grace. Anyway, that was some lore on my elf origin and how fays and elves are tied together. So I hope you enjoyed my little fays, and maybe if you come along on my journey to become your new comfort VTuber, maybe, just maybe, we can become a Fae-Mily.